Welcome to Trade Doc, Theta Options Trader, where I recap today's close, look at the futures, scan our ETF watches, spot opportunity. It's for educational purposes only. You're responsible for your own trading. Today is Wednesday, February 15th, 2017. Market just closed about a half an hour ago. And as you can expect, the market's closed at an all-time high with the Dow up 107 points, closing at 20,611 and 86 cents. Put all these all-time high markers. The S&P was up 0.5%. Nasdaq was up 0.64%, a little over 0.5%, and the Russell was up a little over 0.5%. So the Nasdaq was the one that led the way up out of all the indices. Taking a look at the futures, nothing's pretty much changed. Now we're at 20,630. Bonds are down, the VIX is down, crude oil is down, it's holding $53 a barrel. Natural gas is up a little over 0.75%. Gold is up a little over 0.5%. Silver is up almost 0.5%. So gold actually went up today. Copper is up a little over 0.1%. The Nikkei is down 0.25%. The dollar came down a little over 0.1%. The Aussie was up almost a full percent. So this is a good commodity, materials. They have a lot of mining over there. And the peso was up 0.1%. The euro was up about 0.25%. Taking a look at the soft metals here, nickel's up 2.75%. So this is all agriculture's up 1%. Coffee's up 1%. So this is all inflationary type movement that we're seeing here. Aluminum was up almost a full percent. So I actually did some without even realizing it, I bought some dividend ETFs for commodities and things like that. The charts is oil. I already placed that in. I had to take some profits in there just because, when it should have came down after the report, it just didn't. It hung up there. So everybody's buying everything, including oil. I guess that's what's happening. Well, I'm not going to get stuck. So I still have a third of a position in that. I'll add on if I see it drop a little bit tomorrow, like past 11:30. Maybe I'll add back on to the full position I had. But honestly, nobody knows what's going on. XOP, I took a little bit of profits yesterday. I left it alone today just because this is, fundamentally, if there's plenty of oil out there, why would anybody be exploring more? That's kind of like the question. I don't know if anybody can answer that either. Just here talking to myself, and it's like I can't even answer that question. Why is it? It's down 0.5%, but why isn't it down for the last couple months? Natural gas, I haven't done anything to it. They were up 0.5%. I'm long natural gas. I did a little swing trade right here with DGAZ, but I see a lot of volume happening, so don't want to take a loss, but I will if I have to. Gold was up 0.5%. Didn't do anything in there. Still got my this isn't my play anymore, but I'll put it in. GDX, I'm looking to get long at some point, just not yet. Silver, I covered my my short calls, so now I'm long silver with negative theta, which I don't like being negative theta, but I like to see. I'll sell something to make it positive again on Friday or even tomorrow if I have to. But I'm long silver. Energy sector, they were down 0.25%. Utilities came right back down. They were down 1/4%, right back into that price box where it's been trading since the beginning of December. So there's just not a trader's action. This is kind of like an options player's action here. Just selling calendar after calendar after calendar, which I didn't do. But, you know, every time I see this, I should. And sure enough, as soon as I put something on, I'm probably going to move from there. We'll see. Here's industrial sector was up 0.5% back to its all-time highs, and I can respect that. Material sector was down 0.1%. So this is my inflationary hedge, inflationary play. Not a big position, but I think I might have to add on some position if it stays up above that trend line. Healthcare came up a 1.4%, big spike. So this is kind of like the last of the stocks that were undervalued. So now they're adding extra value to it. I like to see the PE ratio of that. Real estate was down 0.1%, and I'm still short real estate. And I'm going to remain short real estate. Home builders, I don't have no position in there, but I'd like to. You know, especially at these levels. You know, they just talk about home builders on the news, and people buy it. So that's what I'm afraid of, is just like, I call it, is zombies on the buy button. That's what's going on. Zombies keep clicking the buy button, and home builders are up 0.75%. Retails were up almost 1%, and I took all my profits from Groupon, which was the highest mover in that sector. Is actually the biggest company weighed on this sector, so that's what my choice is. I'm out of that, even though I believe Groupon's a $7, $8 stock. Financials back to an all-time high. You know, I took my losses back here beginning of the week. Now this is giving me a sell signal, as it did here. So, you know, I'm starting to rely on my own indicators. So I might have to get back in short with financials pretty soon. The S&P was up 0.5%, as you know, holding on to that trend line, and this is the trend line that's gonna make the difference. See if it breaks or not. Can't wait for that. The Dow was up 0.5% as well. All these, see how overbought it is, and there's sell signals all over the place. Qs, same thing, they're up. I think they just keep on moving up in the after hours, and you know, volatility's coming in, so that's probably good. The Russell was up a little over 0.5%, back to all-time highs. Extremely oversold. Volatility's down, so buy some spreads there. I opened up a position here with emerging markets. Oh my gosh. So I opened up a position on emerging markets here, short. So see if something goes short. Japan was down 0.1%. China was up 1.5%, beating the market. I mean, I took profits way back here, and I've missed this move completely. I should have seen it coming. India was down 1.4%, so I'd like them to come down a little bit before getting long again, but it's kind of getting scary over there, getting long. Russia was down 0.5%, and this is probably one that I'd rather get long, so I'm looking for a long position in Russia, even though I was short Russia and took profits. Made good profits in Russia last time I was short, and then boom, broke out the next day. The euro was up 0.25%. And the British pound was down 0.1%, so it's trading that channel again. And the dollar was down about a little over 0.1%. Leaves us to the VIX. Big bounce on the VIX today, 3% up. Thanks for watching.